What is going on, people? Welcome to the Midwest Mike Sports Show. I'm your host, Mike Klean, and I am joined here by the one, the only Midwest Mike. What is going on, buddy?
Not too much. Coming off of a huge weekend.
Yes.
13, 14 unit weekend. Well, 17, 18 unit weekend if you played the parlays. So monster weekend. Back-to-back green weeks. 20.3 unit week last week. 5 out of 7 days in the green. Just got to keep it rolling, man.
Have to keep it rolling. I have our graphic here for the week. Plus 20.3 units last week. Just a consistent week all around. Last week was plus as well, like you just said. And I had to throw our man Jalen Hurts up there. Got that Eagles future. We're in the game.
25 unit Eagles future. Gonna hedge a little bit, guarantee a double-digit profit, and it's good. We cashed the Warriors future last year, so cashing an NBA future. I think the Eagles got a good shot of winning it. Got a shot at cashing this future, and then we got that Nuggets one as well, which I like in the NBA. So
and the Rams, the previous Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I didn't post that, so that's why I don't really talk about it. But yes, I did. I did do the Rams. I did do the Rams personally last year too. So
exactly, man. But I mean, it's awesome just being in the game. You know what I mean? We're in the game. The future is there, and the Chiefs, who we hit yesterday, are plus money, so that even makes it a little easier to hedge. You know what I mean? You don't have to even pay any juice on it. All right, we got him in here right now, so we might as well throw him in here. Jimmy is joining us again. He's going to give his favorite play. Jimmy, what is going on, buddy?
Hey, how you guys doing, fellas? How you guys doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good.
Can't complain. We went up on the 4-unit plays yesterday. Got nothing to complain about.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, man.
What do you got for us?
Today, I think Warriors – hold on. I think Warriors triple crown today. First quarter, first half, and full game. I think first quarter is at -1.5. I think halftime is at -3, and full game is at -5 now. I think they triple crown OKC. I think it's a good game for them to get a solid winning streak going, get some motivation. Andrew Wiggins might be back tonight. It's day-to-day still, but I think he comes back today. I think they're at full potential. So I think it's a triple crown.
He's been sick for a while, so he should be back. Non-COVID illness. He's been out for like a week. Like, let's go.
Correct.
Dort, I think, is out too for OKC, if I'm not mistaken.
I love it. A little trifecta spot.
The line reversed 2 points. It opened at 3, and now it's at 5. And
correct.
From what I'm seeing, majority of the money's on OKC, so it's definitely an interesting spot for sure.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Well, thank you, Jimmy, for throwing it in here. Let's cash, buddy.
Let's do it.
Cash all 3.
Yes,
let's cash all 3. Exactly. Jimmy's got his full card done.
Do a triple crown, baby. Let's do it.
I love it, man. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
No problem, fellas. You guys have a good one, man.
Thanks, Jimmy. You too.
I like it. You know I love me some Warriors, man. And a little trifecta.
Yeah. I might have Warriors money line in a parlay or something. We'll see. But...
I like it. We got Justin in the house. What up, Justin? Always good to see you in the chat, buddy.
What is going on?
But yeah, I mean, let's just kind of review those games a little bit. NFC Championship was, it was great for us to no sweater. I mean, if from a betting standpoint for us, it was just awesome. But from a viewing standpoint, it sucked.
It sucks to see Purdy go down, but honestly, I think the Eagles would have won that game even with Purdy in there. I mean, you already made one fumble in the first quarter or whatever. I mean, I saw defense finally making him pay for mistakes, and he did. He made one, and he was barely even in the game. So I don't want to hear quarterback getting injured. You have no idea how many times that's happened to me where it's been the opposite side. I had one of the biggest bets of my life, $35,000 on K-State versus TCU, and the starting and backup quarterback got hurt. So I know what it's like to be on that side, but and there was sharps all over the Niners because all the money was on the Eagles. And I don't get it. I think some of these services literally just bet lines and don't actually handicap games and stuff. Like it's ridiculous. Some of these services are just, that's all they do is just bet lines. They don't actually, you still have to handicap the game and like the game and everything. Had I just bet the line there, yeah, the line said San Francisco. The line stayed at 2.5, didn't really do anything. All the money was on the Eagles, but I personally liked the Eagles at home. I thought Purdy would have a bad game. He got hurt, is what it is. But
yep.
The Eagles, like I said, I think they would have won that game even had Purdy played and all that stuff. But
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, man. Well, and you know what, man? When you're playing those lines, it can scare you off a lot of good spots. And if you really think about it, the Eagles blowing the 49ers out blew up a lot of 7-point teasers. And I know that was a pretty popular bet as well.
That's why I texted you the night before and said, it was you or somebody else. I said, I think Eagles, if Purdy makes mistakes, I think the Eagles will win by double digits.
Yeah,
everyone's teasing the Niners.
Yeah.
And they won by double digits. So
they took care of business. And like I was telling you, the script is writing itself for my man, Tommy Boy, to go over to San Francisco 49ers. And if you want to place a future bet on it, yes, I know the future on Tom Brady. The line is plus 300 last time I checked, which was last night, for Tom Brady to go to the 49ers. Not bad. Currently, Vegas has the Raiders favorited at minus 175. I don't know who in their right mind would pay juice on that, but I'm sure there's people out there laying the juice. I don't know, but plus 300, that's mighty tasty. Hometown, parents getting older. I don't know. Moving on. AFC Championship, we cashed. And it was a couple questionable calls. You got the Twitter going with a couple people. I mean, people are still commenting on us on that one post that you replied to.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Anytime there's a game like that, people are going to complain about refs and all that shit.
Yeah.
The Bengals had their shot. They had their shot. The third down shit, you could clearly see the ref running out on the field. Was the push out of bounds. He pushed him into the bench. It's a fucking flag. I don't want to hear that it wasn't a flag. And ultimately, the Bengals had their shot at the end of the game and couldn't do it. They punted the ball, and they made a mistake punting the ball right down the middle of the field. Once he returned that to the 50, with 40, 50 seconds left, Mahomes would get him in field goal position. And then that flag for the late hit, I mean, they gave it away at the end there. Why you'd punt the ball down to the middle of the field to Sky Moore or whoever it was is beyond me. So they had both teams had their chances, and the Chiefs defense stepped up, and then call it lucky, whatever. It was a stupid late hit. It was clearly out of bounds, and you shove them right into the bench. I mean, you can't get any more blunt than that. So It is what it is. I don't want to hear the NFL's rigged or this or that. The reality is, every single game, there's calls that could go either way. There's missed calls. Look at LeBron James throwing a temper tantrum on Fridays. I think it was Friday or Saturday night versus the Celtics. Shit happens,
which
man.
Helped us.
Sometimes it goes in your favor. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. But I think the Chiefs are the better team. Mahomes had nobody to throw to. He's playing fucking hurt, gimping around, and they still pulled that shit out. So I think the Bengals, they'll win a Super Bowl. They might win multiple. Like I said yesterday in the write-up, I just didn't think it was their year this year. And there's some coaching mistakes. They called that timeout on second down was fucking stupid. Punting the ball right down the middle of the field. I mean, you can't just blame it all on the refs and all that shit.
No.
Both teams had their chances. But that seems to be the you see so much of the shit. They wanted 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl, Black History Month, all this stuff. It's just, guys, the two better teams won. The Eagles are a better team than the Niners, given the circumstances. The Chiefs, they ultimately did more in the end. Defense stepped up, and they won the game. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a great Super Bowl.
It is. I can't wait for it. And we kind of touched on it a little bit.
Eli Apple, his tweets talking about Cancun and all that shit.
Yeah.
How stupid do you look now?
Well,
and then they're smoking cigars in the locker room after the divisional round, and you hear Mahomes. He's like, I don't think we have any cigars, but we're going to the Super Bowl. So
yeah, exactly. And that's what we kind of alluded to last Wednesday. We couldn't come on because I was traveling up to Milwaukee. I went to Milwaukee Bucks Nuggets game, but on Monday we kind of alluded to it. The fake narratives, man, the narratives they constantly are thrown out there, and people buy into it. And when people have money on the game, they're looking for an excuse, and they look and see, okay, well, the calls are going Kansas City's way. It's just what it is. And those narratives were fake. They were Burrowhead and all that stuff. Everybody who bet the Bengals bought into all that shit. And now they're looking for an excuse.
Yeah, they're 3-0 against them. All 3 games were settled by 4 points. Now that's 4 straight games, all settled by 3 points.
Right.
And before yesterday's game, 2 out of 3 of those games were in Cincinnati. Only 1 was in Kansas City. And the 1 game was at the end of the season last year. That meant nothing. Kansas City already had whatever they had wrapped up. So who cares? The Bengals beat them then. Who gives a shit? The Kansas City wasn't even playing for anything. So you can't just look at, they're 3-0. They beat them every time. No, 2 of them were on the road. 2 of them were at home. One of them was a game that fucking meant nothing. It's just like the Cowboys, Tom Brady shit. Brady 7-0, whatever. I was actually looking. We're 3-0. I've actually had. I don't mean to typically have 3 plays of the month in the same month in one sport, but had a 5-unit play of the month on the Cowboys versus the Bucks, and then we had 2 yesterday. So we're literally like, I think 9-4 might not sound that great, but it's 9-4, 69%, which is good for like almost 20 units because we've hit the bigger plays in the NFL. So besides the Cowboys 3-unit last Sunday. So
yeah, man. I mean, and that plays into it as well. Like I keep saying, these fake narratives in the playoffs. Tom Brady, that line was weird, and a lot of people bet the Bucks because of that narrative. The Bucks were a bad fucking football team all year. It's not going to change in the playoffs. They're not just going to flip a switch, and they didn't.
Well, people just like Tom Brady and think Dak is shit.
Me included. Me included. But it has to come to a point in time where it has to end, and you have to recognize it. And if you're going to do that and make money in this game, you have to be able to recognize.
And home field. Both teams were at home. Home field has to count for something. I mean, it was loud. Both
in those environments, absolutely. I mean, Arrowhead and I don't know I can't remember the name of Philly Stadium, but I mean, those are tough.
I mean, the Bengals look like they did versus the Ravens, and that's what people get caught up in too, is how they looked the prior week. So everyone's saying, "Oh my God, the Bengals look like they're gonna just fucking cruise through the Super Bowl. They just crushed the Bills." I talked about it yesterday. Yeah, the Bengals looked good, and their offensive line looked good, but that was partly due to wet, snowy, slippery conditions, which favored the offensive line more than the defense. So that made them look a little better than they probably actually are. And let's be real, the Bills just played like shit.
The Bills were broken the whole second half of the season. They were a broken football team.
Yeah. So you can't look into the Bengals looked that great. Part of it was the Bills looked that fucking bad. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you're right, man.
And the Bengals shouldn't have even beat the Ravens, honestly. I mean, that was a tie game. Huntley fumbled it at the goal line, trying to stretch out. Had he not done that and they scored a touchdown there, the Bengals likely wouldn't have even played the fucking Bills.
If Lamar is in that game, it's potentially a different football game, different outcome. But
even
I mean,
Huntley not fumbling. With Huntley, it's a different football game.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Justin saying, I pray Brady retires. He wasn't horrendous. Come on now.
Oh boy. You're talking to a guy who absolutely loves Tom Brady. I probably agree with Justin. Just fucking hang it up, man.
Come on. Are you what? Why? How can you say he was horrendous? His whole offensive line was hurt. The guy lost 15 pounds from a divorce. Okay. He was mentally distraught. He looked, I mean, come on. No quarterback was asked to do more. They couldn't run the ball for more than 7 yards a game.
No, he had the most passing attempts in the league. That's all he did is pass the fucking ball.
At 45 years old, how can you say he looked horrendous? He had no systems around him. The defense was hurt per usual. The only time they've ever strung together a healthy season was when they won the Super Bowl.
He doesn't look the same. I think he can agree to that, though.
I will agree with one thing that he does not look the same with. One, he don't want to get hurt anymore. He does not want to take hits. He doesn't stick in that pocket.
He's missing some throws that he used to make. He's slipping a little bit.
Because he's slipping because of the mental thing. You don't want to get hurt. He knows he's playing for maybe next year. Yeah, come on. Why would you want to stick in that pocket with that team? You think that the Bucs are going to win the Super Bowl this year? Only delusional idiots like myself.
If you're a Brady and you can't go to the Niners for whatever reason, or they don't want you, or it doesn't work out, why wouldn't you retire? Why the fuck would you go to the Raiders? You ain't gonna do shit with the Raiders, dude. Wow. They have one of the worst coaches. It's fucking pathetic.
I think that if Shanahan doesn't go after Tom being a Super Bowl contending team, right now they have a Super Bowl roster. I mean, somebody's got to answer for it. Jimmy's gone. He was smiling on the sidelines getting blown out. Okay, he don't care. He's gone. Trey Lance has been a blown-up experiment that you have no idea what you're going to get out of him. Brock Purdy had his moment, but let's be honest, a lot of his throws could have went the other way. How many write-ups did we have talking about how some defense is going to expose him? You're not going to throw the keys of the car to him, not with this roster. I mean, how do you not go after Tom? I don't know.
We'll see.
Justin have a wheelchair with his name. Now, don't be disrespectful, Justin. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful. Michael Hill in the house. It's time for him to hang it up. No, it's not. Don't put me into depression today, people. Don't do it to me. Yes, here's a good question. Any basketball futures?
I haven't yet. I will have one coming. If you are VIP, I'm sure you know that I've talked about Arizona, in my opinion, being a top 5 team and stuff. So Arizona, I have no idea what the odds are on it, but I think that one is definitely worth a sprinkle. We hit them versus Washington State. Their last game, we hit them versus UCLA the game before that. And then we actually had them in a parlay this weekend here too. They look really good, and they've won a couple now on the road straight. I think that's why people are betting them against them versus Washington State.
Yeah.
Just because they haven't been as good on the road and stuff. But I think they're proven, when they show up, they're definitely a force and a top 5 team. So they usually start out a little slow. It seems lately their past couple games start out slow, and then they turn it on and end up blowing you out. So be interested to know the odds on that. But
yeah, I don't think I've ever placed a future on any college basketball. I think it's just too hard to win. The road there is just way more difficult.
Yeah, but the odds can be good. I mean,
they're huge. Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, more than likely, you do a few of them. I mean, one of those teams should be in the Final Four, you'd think. So if you're betting on the right teams, so
yeah, so volatile. Oh boy, just thinking about March Madness gives me anxiety. Anything you'd like to talk about with college basketball today?
I just posted a 4th play. So I got all my college basketball posted. I got 2 2-unit plays and 2 1-unit plays. It's a smaller slate today, but there's still a few games that I like. I think, let's see here. What are we on? A 9-2, 9-3 run. And then I think I'm going to add it up. I think it's almost 16-3 or something in the last 19. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're hot. We're really hot in college basketball. We did drop Kentucky, but we did cash Oklahoma 2-unit play, BYU 2-unit play, which was also a free play. Yesterday, I didn't play any college basketball. Probably should have. I like Penn State and Iowa. Had them in a parlay with the Hurricanes. Cash that. But Yeah, tomorrow should be a huge slate in college basketball. Like today's games, we got a couple good games today. I do have plays on the Baylor-Texas game. I do have a play on the Iowa State-Texas Tech game, the Virginia-Syracuse game, and then a small school game as well. So I got those. I got a 3-unit NBA play of the week. That's all I got posted right now, and then likely have another NBA and a possible NHL coming. So, but just want to be consistent. Back-to-back weeks in the green. Got to keep plugging away, man. Just keep doing it. Talked a little bit about it. I mean, the kids started daycare here a couple of weeks ago, and it seems like ever since that happened, just been able to focus a lot better, and we're having results and being consistent like we were, 2 years ago. So.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We got Jaden in the house. What up, Jaden?
Thanks, brother. Yeah,
Appreciate
it's been good. Just got to keep it going, man.
Absolutely.
There's only one NHL game tonight. There's I think 3 games Tuesday, and then maybe 2 on Wednesday, and then it's the All-Star break. So we're winding down. We're on a 14-6, 70% NHL run. So that will be maybe a play here and there, maybe a couple NHL plays over the next 3 days, and then that'll be done for a little bit. And then really just focus up on college basketball and NBA. Got a pretty big NBA slate today. I don't know if there's any games anyone wants to talk about, but we got the Magic, Sixers, the Lakers, Brooklyn, the Kings, Wolves, Golden State, OKC, Wizards, Spurs, Pistons, Mavs, Raptors, Suns, and the Hawks and Blazers. So pretty big NBA slate. I don't know. NBA last year was my best sport. Been struggling with it here just lately. Started out the year fine in it, actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And then just over the last month, I don't know, college has just taken off and NBA just went the other way. It's weird, but once turn around NBA here, I think we'll be firing pretty fucking good. So.
Absolutely, man. And I'm excited for it because I love me some NBA. And I don't know, I guess we could just talk about that first game. Why not? It's on NBA TV. Lakers Nets. We got AD out,
LeBron's out.
Reeves out. Lonnie Walker probable. But Kevin Durant obviously still out for the Nets. I find the line a bit kook, realistically. Brooklyn was -5 in their previous matchup. And that was a matchup where the Lakers were at home. Okay. But AD did play in that game. No LeBron, though. Now it's -9 with both of them. I don't know. Did the Nets even show up for this game? I don't know. Can the Lakers cover without those two? It's
Lakers have been covering. They're 4-1 in the last 5. But the Nets are 4-1 also against the spread in their last 5. Just beat the Knicks.
I do kind of lean Lakers here. Only because I think with no AD and I think with no LeBron, I think the Nets might take their foot off the gas. I wouldn't advise putting any money on the Lakers to win on the money line, but the Nets do have the Celtics on deck on Wednesday. This could be one of those classic look ahead spots.
Lakers are getting all the money.
Makes sense.
Nets are getting money on the money line.
How?
Yeah.
People laying that juice?
I guess. Who do the Lakers got coming up? They got the Knicks tomorrow. So they're saving their guys for tomorrow against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden.
Right.
1.5 point spread.
Which should be a very good game, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
9 could be a lot of points.
They could cover, or Brooklyn could blow them out by 20 plus.
Realistically.
How about Pat Bev, that fucking dunk off the rebound on Saturday? Right after his 3-point shot, 5 points, and No time.
Dude, it was getting sweaty for us because we needed them for the parlay. And I'm watching the game, right? 2 parlays. I'm watching the game. I go, Pat fucking Bev is going to beat us single-handedly. Come on, people. But then calls ended up going our way, and they ended up having a nice overtime Celtics win. But unbelievable. And then he goes out there with the camera. How funny was that?
And then he gets a typical Pat Bev.
You gotta love his energy, though, man. Yeah. How much did he get paid? How much did he get paid to put that charade on? Somebody paid him something.
That was bad. Okay, yeah, you got fouled. How many times have you fouled somebody? And the shit. Like I said, the shit goes both ways. You can't act like that because you got fucking. I mean,
on one hand, it's kind of it's pretty bad for a superstar to act like a 3-year-old child throwing a temper tantrum, but also I do understand his frustrations boiling over, man. I mean, he's putting up points. Finally, we're getting to see, LeBron James can actually score 38 a night when he wants to, like he could have done his whole career, which is the biggest knock on him that I always had, that he'll never be MJ because he doesn't take over games like that. He does on occasion, but that man could score. In his prime, he probably could have dropped 40 to 50 a night. And why didn't he? No one knows. I don't want to hear that pass first shit. The only reason why he's doing it now is because, one, he's being called to do it with this roster, especially with no AD. And 2, he wants to, break the all-time point record. So he's on a beautiful pace to do that very quickly here. I think it's only maybe 100. It's under 200 points left. I think it's like 170 or something like that. So I don't know,
defense. Man. The Celtics had 39 free throw attempts compared to their 20.
Well, they're too old.
So
the Lakers are too
and
old.
You were 12 for 43 from deep, 27.9%. So you want to win the game, shoot better than 27% from deep.
The roster is not good. It's frustrations boiling over. And, LeBron James sold out for his media company and for his family to be comfortable in LA and live in that sunshine. And that's a beautiful thing. He's earned it in his career. But the roster's not good. And it's a shame that a 38-year-old LeBron, who is still a very dominant player in this league, is struggling with these Lakers, because it would really be nice to see him on a good team and for him to be in a competitive, state, because they ain't going nowhere. They ain't winning nothing. And it's a shame. Mm-hmm. And Anthony Davis, I don't even know if that man's going to make it to 35 in this league, man. I mean, the guy just can't stay healthy. It's a shame. It really, really is. Who's going to pick him up? I'll tell you who's going to pick him up. The Chicago Bulls are going to pick him up. Watch. They play like 10 games for the Bulls. Watch. Hometown guy. The fans will go nuts, and the Bulls will still be in basketball hell. That's what will happen. It's a shame. It is. It's a shame. Call me kook, but last time we had this show on Monday, I had a dare I say play. And it hit. Yeah, I believe it was the Magic against the Celtics. And our guy Sam Herbert, who is a client of ours, texted me about it. He's like, "Oh, dude, great call on the Magic." I mean, dare I say today, the Pistons plus 8.5 against the Mavs. What do you think?
I could see it. Luka's still questionable.
He's still questionable. Their last matchup, I was actually on the wrong side of it. Personally, I bet the Mavericks -8. They did not cover. They actually lost outright. This was December 1st. And the Mavericks all year have played down to their competition. They got a pretty tough schedule coming up. They got Pelicans on deck, Warriors, Jazz, Clippers, and the Kings twice. And the Kings are no Jamos. And then you go T-Wolves, tough game, Nuggets, and then the Spurs. So realistically, this is their last fluff game until the 23rd of February. I could see them doing exactly what they've done all year. Not cover. Yeah. Maybe not even win.
Speaking of the Clippers are playing some good ball.
They're coming.
Mm-hmm. Finally getting healthy.
I love to see it. I love to see it. You got Paul George and Kawhi over there, finally in the lineup at a semi-consistent basis. What do you know? They're winning ball games. They're winning ball games. But I don't know. Dare I say?
Pistons, huh?
Pistons plus 8.5. Dare
Not
I
the
say?
money line?
I mean, if you're a daring bastard and want to just sprinkle it on because you just love a little action on a money line. Plus, what are they? Plus like 2, plus 3? They got to be plus 3.
280.
Right? 280? Yeah. Michael Hill likes it. Mavs have not covered. They're one of the worst teams ATS. And I would assume, I didn't even look. I haven't even really been capping games too much with the money. Which is a new thing for me on my personal plays in the NBA. I've been just looking at spots and feeling it out. Where's the money coming in, Mike? Mavs?
On what?
On this game?
No, the Pistons.
Pistons?
Yeah, they're getting.
How much though? A lot?
35% of the tickets, 53% of the money.
Shit. Oh, that's maybe some sharp action there with less tickets, more mun.
Yeah. What about the Hawks Portland game? +2.
What do you lean there?
I probably have to lean Hawks there, but it's interesting.
It is an interesting spot. I've been looking at this game all morning, and I'll tell you what,
Trae Young's questionable, and Josh Hart and Nurkic are both questionable too. So there's a lot of question marks there. But
yeah, I just can't get a feel for either two of these teams. The prime spots you feel to back Portland. I mean, we've been burned on it a decent amount here. They don't show up. Spot you don't think that they're going to show up, they show up. Atlanta's been very good at home. On the road, I mean, I do know that they went on that little turn up stretch, but on the road, are they still moseying? Are they still a bad road team?
No. I memean, they're 1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-2 in their last 8 on their own.
All right, so
they beat Oklahoma City, lost to the Bulls. They beat the Raptors, Pacers, Clippers, Kings, lost to the Warriors and Lakers. So
yeah, they have a little bit of a tough stretch coming up.
They won 5 straight, and now they're 1-3 in their last 4. They were home for a game, and now they're back on the road. Kind of a weird scheduling spot for them.
Yeah, and we hit the Clippers last
Portland,
game.
1, 2, 3. This is the Portland 6th straight home game.
Yeah, and they haven't looked too good on the homestand.
No, I mean, they beat Utah and the Spurs. Big deal.
Right.
Lost to the Raptors. I mean, they did play the Lakers, Philly, and Toronto. So, I mean, those are 3 tougher games for them. But
yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, these 2 teams, middle of the pack teams here, I can't even say that there's a potential look ahead in either one of these spots. I mean, they kind of just need to attack what's in front of them. The Hawks do have a little bit of a tough schedule coming up. Another road trip for them. This is the start of it. They have
I could see those guys sitting out for Portland, though.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough game. I don't see no angle, you know? I don't see no angle or nothing. I mean, just for what? You know? Just for what?
Kings-Wolves game. That's interesting. I'd personally lean the over there. They just played. No teams had to travel because the Kings just played them a couple days ago and just stayed here.
Yep.
The total was 238 then. There's 227 scored. The total opened up, I think, at 236, 236.5, and it's at 238 again here. I think the Kings shot like shit from deep that game, which isn't like them. Let's see. I mean, the Wolves are not good on defense, so when you hold the Kings to 110, yeah, they're 9 for 33 from deep, 27.3%. The Wolves were 17 for 37, 46% from deep. I don't see the Kings coming out and shooting like shit again. So
right.
I kind of like the over here.
Yeah. I lean Kings personally. I don't really look at totals too much. Line stayed where it was last game, -1 to the Kings. So no real line functionality to work with.
Well, the Kings opened up as dogs. Now they're favored.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was +1.5. Now it's -1.
So they're being hit.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting slate, but sizable, and I'm excited to just see you pick your spots in the NBA, man, and turn these units around in the NBA, and then all the sports are clicking on all cylinders, man. It's gonna be pretty great to see.
Now the Warriors are, now the Warriors are getting more money than the Thunder, so that's starting to flip here. So that reversed. Now Warriors 47% tickets, 57% money. That could be a spot for the Warriors there.
It could be. The OKC, you know, I mean, what did you say? Aren't they the most profitable team to bet in the NBA? Of course they would be, right? 31-17 ATS. Yeah.
So
of course
they're at home.
They tend to come up for these games.
Who's that?
OKC.
Oh, they're one of the more consistent teams. I think they just play hard every night. Really. Yeah. They don't really have letdown games. But it's interesting how it opened at 3 and now it's at -5. And at that time, the money was on OKC, so it reversed. And now there's starting to flip, and now there's more money coming in on Golden State at the 5 number. So it's interesting.
That is.
Warriors money line probably be a parlay piece. I'll say that.
Yeah.
In one of them. Yeah.
Beautiful. And we have we have Jimmy, who came on at the beginning of the show. He's got a trifecta spot on the Warriors. First quarter, first half, full game. So if anybody wants to tail that, I hope he cashes. And if the Warriors money line isn't a parlay, obviously I hope we hit that.
That's yesterday. We hit 2 parlays, 2-0 parlay sweep yesterday too. That's not even in the numbers. Hit a 3-unit parlay and a 1-unit parlay. So yesterday really an 11.8 unit day when you if you played that stuff and factored that in there. So
absolutely. We got Lucas Jones in the house. What up, Lucas?
Good, brother.
What is going on? All right. If no one else has any other further games that they'd like to talk about, like you said, only one game in the NHL. I think that pretty much concludes today's show, guys. Mike, you have any closing notes?
Not really. Let's just keep it rolling. Just stay hot. Keep winning.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We will be back on Wednesday this week, guys. Justin, I hope to see you back in here giving us some props. And anybody, please send an email in. Just like Jimmy came on at the beginning of this show, you guys can share your favorite play of the day. Any player prop, anything that you're on, anything, even if it's just a sports topic you like to talk about that happened in current events. Come on. And, you guys make the show what it is. So send us an email, hop on, don't be shy. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, invest wisely and let's live freely.